And why shouldn't I root for Russia, which I am?
The fundamentals of our worldview is society where boys and girls get married as teenagers and start having kids.
We need these ladies to get married. And it's time to fall in love and just settle down. Guys, go put a ring on it.
And they have big families and a high birth rate.
We have to do something to increase our birth rate, or the vacuum that's created will be filled by people that don't believe in our values.
We live in a big Middle Eastern bazaar. We're a big fucking Middle Eastern bazaar with people sitting on blankets and selling cockroaches on sticks.
We have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor, they tell us, even if it makes our own country poorer and dirtier and more divided.
And white people are done being bullied.
Discriminating against and just denigrating white people.
Trump's got to get in there and never leave. Elect Trump one more time and then stop having elections.
President for life, that sounds good. Maybe we're going to have to try it. President for life.
Yeah, it's great. They're exactly the same.
What confuses me now is like, why do people watch Fox News? The real Nazis are much more entertaining. Like
that is true.
why?
You know, but that's the point. The little difference, the subtle difference is one would say they're anti-Nazi, the other one would never usually say that they're anti-Nazi. And people want the Nazi content and they have the Nazi ideas, but they don't want the Nazi association.
Yeah.
They just don't want to be called Nazi. That's it. That's like the whole thing. Because racists know that racism is bad. You know what I mean?
It's also the Nazi thing specifically. I feel like World War II is like so.
Have you guys
overhyped in
ever seen
America.
this? Like what the fuck was that sketch where it's like the Nazis are upset that someone calls them a Nazi?
I haven't seen that. Is that?
I know the Mitchell and Webb. Are we the baddies?
Not the Are We the Baddies one. No. Hold on, the German sketch. Fuck, I'm trying to find it. What is this? The real reason Hitler lost World War II? The infographic show? What is happening here? Worst mistake.
Yeah,
it makes it seem like,
great.
What is this? He had
It
a
was
knife
so
fight?
close.
He had a knife fight? Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
his shirt's all ripped. Pretty sure shooting yourself in the head doesn't rip your shirt.
I think this is the one. Oh, yeah, this is the best one. This is so good.
Nazi.
I love this one.
Wie bitte? Haben Sie mich gerade als Nazi beschimpft?
Na, Sie sind doch einer.
Das ist ja eine Unverschämtheit. Nur weil ich in der NSDAP und in der SS bin, bin ich noch lange kein Nazi. Wahrscheinlich bin ich auch noch rechtsextrem, oder was?
Ja, aber was sollen Sie denn sonst sein?
Ich bin vielleicht ein besorgter Bürger, der Angst vor Überfremdung hat. Aber ich bin nicht rechts. Und ich bin erst recht kein Nazi. Hey, Sie da? Sehe ich etwa wie ein Nazi aus?
Nö, würde ich jetzt nicht sagen.
Na, sehen Sie? Aber der ist wahrscheinlich für Sie auch ein Nazi. Hm? Nazis, 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 lauter Nazis. Wenn einem die Argumente ausgehen, dann holt man schnell mal die gute alte Nazi-Keule raus.
Es hat doch nichts mit Nazi-Keule zu tun.
Sie machen sich das Leben sehr einfach. Nur weil jemand die Mainstream-Meinung nicht teilt, ist er gleich ein Nazi.
Aber Nazi sein ist doch längst Mainstream. Ihr Nationalsozialisten seid an der Macht.
Ach ja, ich vergaß. In Ihrer Welt sind ja alle Nazis. Der Führer ist wahrscheinlich für Sie auch ein Nazi, was?
Ja?
Jetzt reicht's aber. Führerbeleidigung. Mitkommen.
Das sind jetzt über...
Ja, ich weiß. Nazi-Methoden.
That's how they be. I love that sketch.
Probably filmed in Germany as well.
Yeah. Surprising they have all the swastikas and shit. All right, let's watch how the Christian right is changing U.S. politics. Oh, no, let's do the Friendly Jordies thing. Okay, does anyone have the video? Does anyone have the Friendly Jordies video of him talking about being firebombed?
So good when the news was covering his house being firebombed, they doxed him like 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
They were just like, Friendly Geordie's house and this road in Bondi.
This exact street.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Moist did a video on it even getting
I haven't
fucking
seen the most
firebombed.
critical one.
Well,
That's good. It's getting a lot of
2.7
traction.
million views.
Wait, on his neighbor's
Oh,
house?
he rents the like granny flat, the kind of house attached to it. Oh no, his neighbor's house was the previous one.
In case you haven't heard, and the press did everything that they possibly could to make sure that you know exactly where I live.
Here on Wilger Street, because
I
of who
shouldn't be laughing, but what the fuck, bro?
lives here.
You notice
out the
his
back.
jacket?
YouTuber and
it's the
political
Turkmenistan
comedian
national
Jordan
team.
Shanks.
Thank you very much, you vultures. My house was burned down to some degree. I don't know, I haven't seen it yet because I just came back from a tour. So we're going to go now and look at the damage. But yeah, it looks like it was some heavy hitters. There's obviously a few suspects that I might be divulging in a press conference soon.
Just kept talking about how he was just like, he's just like indiscriminately pissing everyone off. So then he's got a list of 1,000 enemies. And
it's like there's a specific powerful people
there
that
are a
don't
lot of
like
powerful
him.
people.
Yeah, but
yeah.
That's crazy.
And let's see how much those sacks of sorry vermin let go to the news. Because so far their story has been, with so many enemies and so many people hating him, it's a wonder that this hasn't happened sooner. Oh, okay, so you wish death on me. Thanks so
insane.
much.
Police admit, given Shanks' controversial videos posted online, there may be a long list of people who have issues with him.
Obviously, we've done some extremely dangerous reporting over the last year, I suppose, of a bunch of extremely powerful people and corporations. There is many people that would want to do that. I obviously can't say who I suspect it is, but I do have like a short list in my head of who I think would have done it. I would hope that the New South Wales
For the people who are saying, who is this guy? How would you describe him? I mean, from what I understand, he's like center-left commentator in Australia, political commentator, center-left in Australia.
Yeah. Center-left political commentator.
But like, he's also like
Party.
anti-corruption.
Yeah. And
like,
he covers a lot of stuff that just like no one covers.
Just really good journalistic pieces on corruption that happens from either party, but usually.
And he gets sued a lot because I guess he just tends to get under the skin of politicians.
Yep.
I mean, he got criticised. Like the one guy he really pissed off was John Barilaro, who was like the premier of our state, I guess, or like the deputy premier.
There was a corruption charge that he uncovered, right? Or,
he was crazy corrupt, and but like I think it's tricky because he exposes all this kind of like fucked up stuff, but he peppers it with like stuff that I guess the media class in Australia would find offensive. Like he puts on like Italian like mobster accents because this man is Italian.
But the man is literally an Italian mobster. Though,
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of.
I think the
are you
jury's still
telling
out.
me that Australians can't engage in a little bit of fucking anti-Italian bigotry?
I feel like Italian's a fair game.
That's so acceptable. It's not even funny.
But I don't know. I think it's just a lot of people don't like him, and that's like an easy thing to pick on if you don't want to deal with his actual like the stuff he's bringing up.
But it's pretty amazing because he has had such a big influence on Australian politics.
Well, I mean, this guy resigned
with the downfall of so many people, like probably Gladys. And John Barilaro, it's just bringing to light so many of these issues. And then I think at first the mainstream media would report on them, but I think I've noticed that they slowly just don't report on his stories anymore, even if they're big things. Like what was the prayer room one?
That wasn't his story though. That was like a leak anyway.
Yeah. So just an independent journalist.
Yeah.
We need to shut down Italian immigration.
I agree with
to
that.
Australia
It's too
and to
late.
America.
It's too late. They're deep in.
I used to watch him a lot. I started watching after the 6th time he was making fun of people on Social Security. The dole.
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff I don't quite like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that. Like, that's why I said he's center left.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the reality that, like, despite his, political disagreements, he's like doing a good job addressing corruption.
Yeah.
And
you
also,
know?
like, no other like journalist in Australia has had this happen to them. Like, all these people have their careers like where they're supposedly taking on powerful people. This never happens.
No.
Like, it's
everyone's insane. Like, I don't even know what I would do. Like, if I was doing something and I got threatened in real life, you'd be like, holy shit, I should probably stop this. But no, he's still going, which is great.
Strike force that is supposedly set up for fixated people and terrorists would be looking into this instead of a comedian and his team for 6 months straight at the whim of a previous premier that all of you defended for his last 10 years. And then when he came out, and even after all the New York stuff, you're still sitting there defending him now. I saw all of your articles today where you all wrote all of the same little narrative that you write every time. I would hope that you would put just as much attention on the fact that that happened as you have on trying to assassinate my character over the last year. Thanks for your time.
Did something happen here a week ago, Jordan?
Someone has clearly just tried to kill Jordan Shanks. He's extremely upset. It's not something he can make a gag about, you know. And as he said, the list of suspects is considerable. It makes one ponder. But also,
I mean, he's a badass.
To give him due, give him some credit.
Making fun of people who collect Social Security is not a justification for burning someone's house down, but Italiophobia, I do not draw the line. Italiophobia is not where I draw the line, okay? As a matter of fact, that's all the more reason why his house never should have been burned down, okay? Italiophobia is acceptable. What the fuck is going on with the captions right now?
Yeah, I know. You paused at the best moment.
Credit for the work he's done, for this extraordinary array of stories that he's brought against the most powerful people in New South Wales and some of its most powerful corporations. And also, he's also facing jail on a private criminal prosecution by Clubs New South Wales. This is out of control. This man is one of the best journalists in the state, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, he's got character faults that people like to point on, but no one has the record that he has for doing some hard-hitting journalism.
Chill. Yeah, he's a bit of a fucking cunt. You know?
I feel like this is his lawyer saying that as well.
Yeah, he's a bit of a sick cunt. He's sick in the fucking head. That's awesome.
And this is his payday. Someone's trying to kill him, and another corporation's trying to put him in jail. It's got to end, but all power to Jordan Shanks.
What happened here last week? Is this the second time he's been
It's the second time. It's the second time.
What happened last week?
There was an attempted...
Excuse me 1 second, folks. Let's do speech, gentlemen.
Well, that was not fun at all. Went home, and there is just an absolute pack of hyenas, the scrum, the sheer opportunistic interest in their eyes. No empathy whatsoever. Absolute scumbags. It's always the same pattern. If you're a member of the press, you are always an absolute unthinking goblin. And then I pushed my way past that scrum, which I do like because that is something that I've always wanted to do in my entire life, is just go past the press back being like, out of my way, you filthy vultures. And they did do the kind of like birds flapping away when they go past the wildebeest and they move past. And I go and say to the cops, and I wish that I could have said it to the fireys, but they come up and ask me later, but I just wanted to say thanks to them because look at them. Stoic public servants getting paid absolutely nothing, getting their budgets cut all the time by this filthy government that those rodents protect, and then they're sitting there, seeing if I'm okay, telling me what the damage was, saying, is there anything you need? And then I said, yeah, just go tell the firefighters that I said thanks. They actually wanted something other than their little scoop. They wanted to see if a member of the public was okay. And I just got to say, I don't know, a big part of why we do what we do is honestly so that those guys get a better cut in life, because they clearly deserve it. It's just so wrong when this government's in power that all of the people that actually help out society get treated like dirt, while those get wined and dined with their fancy lunches, which is exactly why they protected John Barilaro for 10 years, because it gives me wine. I'm just walking to the cop shop now to give a statement.
What do you reckon you would do if something like this happened to you?
And we're back.
The thing is, you're streaming, so you'll always be at home. You'll be targeted. So I don't want to spook that to any of your enemies. What am I saying?
I mean,
just
I just deal with it
Keep on going.
quietly. That's it.
I don't know. I feel like I'd quit. If anyone wants to make me shut up, that's a way to do it. I'd just stop.
No. Yeah, I said I would just deal with it quietly.
My police statement, which took hours. More than I expected. I expected it to be a few hours, not that many hours, and I am very glad for it. It means that the police are taking this very, very seriously. That's your tax dollars at work right there. They do a bang-up job. Thank you so much for doing it. They were extremely thorough. I think the reason it took longer is because at some point they said, quote, you ready for this? Do you have any enemies? To which I said, how long you got?
He is
And
bragging
said,
about it.
all day. Which it actually did take all day. And then he said, yeah, my shift's about to end. I think that's enough. So that obviously is why this is getting
The laugh
reported
is a
so
bit
long. In the
off-putting. It
meantime,
kind of does
however,
sound
there
like
were
a guy
so many
who just had
people
an attempt on his life.
throughout my life that have obviously sent me a bunch of
he's
messages
actually-
saying, I hope that you're okay. I haven't gotten to any of those so far. Obviously, the ones that note would be the Honourable Kevin Rudd, the Honourable Michael Daly. Thank you so much for calling to see if I was all right. I do really appreciate that. It really does show you who's working for you in the public sector when you get these messages. The Firefighters Union, I don't know why you're thanking me. I should be thanking you, and I will take this opportunity to do so. So I do very much appreciate that, guys. It was truly heartwarming that you would say that, that you're giving a big note to me. There was so many people that I haven't obviously gone to because I was just in the cop shop the entire day. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
and
police
I
station.
would like to take this opportunity to say that I think we're gonna just tone back the videos for a bit. And by tone back, I mean that's it for a while for obvious reasons. We'll get back to it at some point, but for now, Friendly Geordies is on an indefinite hiatus. Unless, of course, you're a patron. And no, I'm not trying to shield this, but at the same time, sort of. Yeah, no, look, honestly, if you become a patron member, that does keep the lights on for anybody who was saying, how do we help? You have given us that massive legal fund from last year, and thank you so much for everybody who contributed to that. I know that I don't thank you enough for it because of how big it was. We are still using that to prosecute people from Christo's arrest, let alone what's probably going to have to be used now. Having said that, it does seem like, for once, your tax dollars are going to be helping out me. So that's a nice change of pace. That's probably what's going to happen there, so we don't need any more donations for that. However, if you wanted to become a Patreon member, that is what